Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo semuanya, pada video kali ini saya akan mempresentasikan tentang NH4OH beserta cara penanganan senyawa NH4OH. Untuk memenuhi mata kuliah Manajemen dan Keselamatan Laboratorium, dosen pengampu kami Bapak Dr. Rer Nat H. Ahmad Zaini MSI. Selanjutnya saya akan memperkenalkan diri saya dan rekan saya. Saya sendiri Khaila Puspitasari dengan NIM F1C124053 dan rekan saya Muh.Rezky Ramadhan dengan NIM F1C124059. Baik, yang pertama saya akan menjelaskan apa itu NH4OH. NH4OH adalah larutan amonia dalam air. Nama lain dari NH4OH adalah Amonium Hidroksida. NH4OH atau Amonium Hidroksida bersifat basa lemah namun tetap korosif. NH4OH atau Amonium Hidroksida digunakan dalam industri, pembersih, pupuk, dan laboratorium. Selanjutnya saya akan memaparkan tentang sifat-sifat NH4OH. Bentuk dari NH4OH atau Amonium Hidroksida tersebut yaitu cairan bening dan berbau tajam. Ia memiliki pH basa yaitu sekitar 11-12. Amonium hidroksida reaktif dengan asam kuat. Amonium hidroksida berbahaya jika terhirup, tertelan, atau terkena kulit atau mata. Bahaya paparan NH4OH atau amonium hidroksida. Apabila kulit terkena paparan NH4OH, kulit dapat iritasi, terbakar ringan hingga parah. Jika mata terkena paparan NH4OH, dapat menyebabkan kerusakan serius. Apabila pernafasan terkena paparan NH4OH dapat menyebabkan sesak nafas serta iritasi saluran pernafasan. Dan apabila tertelan dapat menyebabkan mual, muntah, serta nyeri perut.
Selanjutnya saya akan melanjutkan materi yang disampaikan dari teman saya yaitu cara pencegahan paparan. 1. Gunakan alat pelindung diri, APD, sarung tangan, kacamata pelindung, masker. Yang kedua, ventilasi baik. Gunakan foam hood. Yang ketiga, penyimpanan aman, wadah tertutup dan jauh dari asam kuat. Yang keempat, pelabelan yang jelas, gunakan label bahaya. Yang selanjutnya, pertolongan pertama saat terkena. Untuk kulit, bilas dengan air mengalir 15-20 menit. Untuk mata, cuci mata dengan air mengalir terus-menerus. Untuk terhirup, pindahkan ke tempat udara segar. Dan tertelan, jangan dimuntahkan, diberi air dan segera ke dokter. Untuk kesimpulan dari materi ini yaitu NH4OH berguna namun berbahaya jika tidak ditangani dengan benar. Yang kedua, pencegahan dan APD sangat penting. Yang ketiga, segera tangani paparan dengan pertolongan pertama yang tepat. Untuk contoh kasus kecelakaan laboratorium ledakan di Texas Tech University tahun 2010. Apa yang terjadi? Seorang mahasiswa pasca sarjana membuat campuran bahan peledak dalam jumlah besar, 10 kali dari jumlah aman. Campuran tersebut meledak dan menyebabkan luka serius pada tangan mahasiswa. Penyebab utamanya yaitu 1. Tidak adanya dokumentasi bahan kimia. Yang kedua, eksperimen dilakukan tanpa evaluasi resiko. Yang ketiga, tidak ada batasan jumlah bahan berbahaya yang boleh digunakan. Yang keempat, kurangnya perhatian keselamatan. Yang kelima, pengawasan yang lemah. Penanganan. Laporan dari Chemical Safety Board atau CSB menyoroti kekurangan sistemik dalam manajemen keselamatan universitas dan merekomendasikan perbaikan menyeluruh. Berikut adalah lampiran video kejadian tersebut.
We'd like people to remember that Sherry was 23 years old the day she went to work at UCLA for the last time, that she was a young girl living her life to the fullest.
She really wanted to make a difference in the world. She really wanted to change it.
Sheharbano Sanji, Sherry to her friends, was employed as a laboratory research assistant at the University of California, Los Angeles. She had just received her bachelor's degree in chemistry and was applying to law schools. On December 29, 2008, Ms. Sanji was transferring a highly reactive chemical when some of it sprayed onto her hands and synthetic sweater and spontaneously ignited. Sherry's older sister, Naveen Sanji, now a surgical resident at Harvard, recalls the day of the accident.
When my phone rang unexpectedly, and I saw that Sherry was calling me. I thought she was calling to tell me about another law school that she'd heard from. And it turned out to be a social worker from the UCLA Medical Center who told me what happened, and I was in shock. She had deep third-degree burns to over 40% of her body.
Sherry Sanji died from her injuries 18 days after the laboratory accident.
There was a life ahead that she was really looking forward to that was cut short by what happened to her at UCLA.
On December 29, 2008, when most of the campus was closed for holiday vacation, Sherry Sanji was working on a research project at the UCLA Chemistry Department. According to a report by California State OSHA, Ms. Sanji was using a syringe to transfer a solution of tertiary butyl lithium, a dangerous pyrophoric chemical that ignites spontaneously on contact with air.
Somehow, the plunger came out of the syringe barrel. The chemical was exposed to air. It caught on fire. She also had an open flask of a flammable solvent in the hood where she was working. She knocked that over. That caught fire as well.
Chemist Dr. Gillian Kemsley reported extensively about the UCLA accident for Chemical and Engineering News, using documents obtained under California open records laws.
My reaction to the news of Sherry's death was just shock. And I think pretty much the entire chemistry community was shocked.
California OSHA cited UCLA's chemistry department for failing to require appropriate body protection for laboratory workers handling pyrophoric materials. An internal UCLA safety inspection of the same laboratory just 2 months prior to the accident found that personal protective equipment was not fully utilized by laboratory personnel. Yet on the day of the accident, Ms. Sanji had neither a flame-resistant lab coat nor the much more extensive protective clothing recommended by manufacturers of pyrophoric chemicals. Dr. Kemsley believes that even a flame-resistant lab coat would have helped.
The flame-resistant lab coat would have given more time to react. It would have slowed the progress of the fire, and probably would have meant that her injuries were less severe.
And though the university said it provided adequate safety training for workers, California OSHA found no documented evidence of this.
This accident has affected the campus in a profound way, from my office to the PIs, to the chancellor and the upper administration. And we all recognized that we had to make some changes to our program to further strengthen it.
Dr. James Gibson, director of UCLA's Environment, Health, and Safety Office, says UCLA has taken steps to improve safety accountability and oversight, improve training, provide proper protective equipment, conduct unannounced safety inspections, and improve laboratory safety culture.
It's not going to happen overnight. That is something that's going to be a multiple-year process to really change the safety culture to where we think we should be.
And Dr. Gibson urges other universities to take steps to improve their education, training, and safety culture.
Once we get people to do that, we're going to see a dramatic decrease in the number of accidents that occur.
One of our main aims is to try and make sure that this doesn't happen again and that no one has to go through what we went through.
A lost life is not just an anonymous loss of life, but real people and families are profoundly affected. Safety has to be an absolute priority and the first priority for any laboratory.
You know, I have a PhD in physical chemistry, and I have a lab safety story. I could pull together many friends and we could sit in a room and share our lab safety stories. That should make us stop and ask these stories that we can share, those of us who've gone through the graduate program, you know, are those just stories or are those really opportunities to ensure that nobody dies again or nobody is seriously injured again, at least to the best of our abilities?
Exploring the unknown, doing research, always involves risks. Those risks are worth taking. We know that as a society. And as a society, we owe it to ourselves to do them in the most efficacious and safe ways we can.
Sekian video dari presentasi kami, kurang dan lebihnya mohon dimaafkan. Wabillahi taufiq walhidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.